I don't know how to explain what happened without making it sound like I'm trying to write a horror story. I'm not. I'm writing this because I don't know who else to tell. And because tonight, I found something in my apartment that I am almost certain wasn't there yesterday. It's a door. Not a hidden door. Not a secret passage. Just a completely ordinary white door. The problem is, I live in a studio apartment. There are no other rooms. There shouldn't be a door there. I noticed it at 2:13 in the morning. I remember the time because I had just checked my phone. I was lying in bed, unable to sleep, when I heard 3 knocks. Knock, knock, knock. They came from the wall opposite my bed. I ignored them. Then it happened again. Knock, knock, knock. I got up. The apartment was completely silent. I turned on the light and looked at the wall. Nothing. Just the same pale paint, the same crack near the floor, the same electrical outlet I've complained about for months. I actually laughed at myself. I went back to bed. Then I heard the knocking again. This time, it came from behind the wall. And I don't mean it sounded like it came from there. I mean it sounded like someone was standing directly on the other side of it. I put my ear against the wall, and someone whispered. Finally. I froze. I didn't call the police. I didn't run. I just stood there with my ear against the wall, trying to convince myself that I hadn't heard it. Then the wall moved. Just slightly, like something behind it had taken a breath. I stepped backward, and that's when I noticed the door. It was standing exactly where the wall had been. White. Old-fashioned brass handle. No frame. No hinges. Just a door. I didn't touch it. I went back to bed and stayed awake until sunrise. In the morning, it was gone. I convinced myself I'd imagined everything until I found the key. It was sitting on my kitchen table. A tiny brass key. I have never seen it before. There was a piece of paper underneath it. One sentence was written on it. Don't open it when it knocks. I threw the key away. At least, I thought I did. That evening, I came home and found it sitting on my pillow. I started searching the apartment. Every cupboard, every drawer, under the bed, behind the refrigerator. Nothing. I even called my landlord. I asked him if there had ever been another room connected to my apartment. He went quiet. Then he said, "Why?" I told him about the door. He didn't laugh. He didn't ask what door. He simply said, "Listen to me carefully. If you see it again, don't answer it." Then he hung up. That was when I became genuinely afraid, because he knew. The door appeared again that night. This time it was beside my bathroom, and there was something different. There was a shadow underneath it. Someone was standing on the other side. I could see their feet, bare feet. They didn't move. I stood there for maybe 5 minutes. Then the person behind the door whispered my name. Not my full name, just the name my mother used when I was a child. I haven't heard anyone call me that in years. I backed away. The door opened by itself. Only an inch. Darkness filled the gap. Not a dark room. Something darker than that. Like the light from my apartment simply stopped existing near the doorway. Then I heard breathing. Slow. Patient. And then a voice said, "You left me here." I don't know what that means. I don't know who was speaking. But I knew the voice. It was mine. My voice. Exactly. I slammed the bathroom door and pushed a chair against it. I stayed there until morning. When I finally opened it, the door was gone, but there was writing on the wall. 3 words. "You already opened." I haven't slept since. I've been staying at a friend's house. I haven't told him everything. I don't want to sound insane. But yesterday, he asked me something strange. He said, "Why do you keep standing outside my bedroom at night?" I told him I hadn't. He looked confused. Then he said, "You were there at 3:17 this morning." I checked my phone. I was asleep. Or, at least, I thought I was. I came home to my apartment today. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't afraid. Maybe I wanted answers. Maybe some part of me already knew I wasn't going to get them. The apartment looked normal. No door. No key. Nothing. I almost felt relieved. Then I noticed something on the wall. A photograph. I don't own it. It's a picture of me standing inside my apartment. I'm looking directly at the camera, but I don't remember taking it. And behind me, there is the door. I'm holding the brass key. The photograph is dated tomorrow. I checked the date 3 times. Tomorrow. And there's something else. Something I didn't notice at first. In the photograph, the door is open, and someone is standing behind me. I can't see their face, but I can see their hand resting on my shoulder. Tonight, at exactly 2:13, someone knocked on my bedroom wall 3 times. And then my phone received a message from my own number. It said, "Don't worry." Then another message came through. "You're almost home." I haven't replied. I haven't moved. I'm sitting on my bed right now. The knocking has stopped, but there's someone breathing behind me, and I can see their reflection in my window. They're standing in the doorway, except there is no doorway in my room. At least, there wasn't one when I started writing this. I don't know what happens next. I don't think I'm supposed to, because the person behind me just whispered something. And this time, it wasn't my voice. It was my mother's. She said, "Don't turn around." So I'm not going to. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to keep writing. And if this story suddenly stops here, please don't come looking for me, because I'm starting to understand what the landlord meant. I didn't find the door. The door found me, and I think it has been trying to get back inside ever since.